If you're installing a hybrid turbo into your B9 S4, you probably need a new inlet to mate it up to your intake. If you're running the 034 Motorsport P34 or one of the other intakes, there is a great new product for the hybrid guys out there like myself. It's the 034 SuperDuper inlet. And this product is gonna mate up to the big turbo and to the airbox that 034 provides. In this video, I'll show you how to rip out your stock inlet and put the new one in. It's not a particularly hard process, and together we'll be able to tackle it. The hood's popped open and we're ready to begin. Now, if you're running your engine cover and the heat shield under it, it's time to remove it. The engine cover pulls right up, and then the heat shield will have 4 plastic little screws holding it down. We're gonna pop the intake off. You want a 7mm. With that loosened, push the little button on the back and pull out. This part's pretty simple. You're gonna pull this tray towards you and up. There we go. You just kind of get under there and pull this bad boy out. Use a T25 Torx to bust loose these 2 screws up here. Make sure not to drop them down into the abyss. You should be able to wiggle this piece out. The intake can simply be wiggled out of its purchase. Make sure not to lose the little rubber booties. One of mine remained down there. Pop this off, and there's just a little piece that kind of sits like a V on there. And we can use a screwdriver to carefully pry up on it. There we go, starting to get there. There's one more in front of the turbo where my screwdriver is. It should be much the same. There we go. Not strictly required, but I think I'll pop this one off. We'll begin the removal of the upper PCV hose. This is this large hose here. These are just squeeze connections, and they should pop right out. So that just squeezes. There is another squeezy component right here. It's the lower side of this tube. And it's a little bit of a bear to get to, especially if you have big fingers. But try to rotate it around a little. Maybe you can squeeze your finger in there. There we go. To remove this hose is gonna be a bit of a bear. It's very tight on there. And I'm told by the factory manual that it's not meant to be removable. It's supposed to be replaced with the whole inlet. Moving it around makes it easier to pull off. It is coming off a lot easier. People say they were using like their whole body weight to rip this thing off, and I could tell you flipping it, and I tried. I did pull on it, and I was like, there is no way this thing's coming out. But as soon as I flipped it, it came right out. Now I'm gonna show you removing the inlet itself, and this is gonna be tricky. There's a bolt up here. There's another little bolt right down there. It is a T30, I believe, per the instructions. I have a few different options. I have a set over here that's pretty small. It will probably work. I also have these stubby Nyko wrenches, and they can be a lifesaver. Just to show you how they work, you would essentially pop this bad boy in, turn it. These were so instrumental to me when I was working on the 6.0 F250. Sonex is actually a pretty cool company. They make a lot of tools. They're pretty decent tools. And I think this little guy here is just what the doctor ordered to loosen this. Very easy to get the top one. So there we go, screws loose. Now they are captive screws. Now my little Sonex does fit in here. You just have to get it into the hole and it will break the thing free, give you these little baby turns on it until it's finger tight. I've got the lower screw undone, and you'd think we're done, but we're not. There's another little part of the PCV system that's right under there, and it's got another one of these style little clicky, not clicky, squeezy things. And that's where that connects right here. I want to thank our friends at 034 Motorsport for sponsoring this video. There is a link down below in the description of the product you saw today. Furthermore, I have Amazon affiliate links down in the description too to some of the tools and production gear used to make this video. If you click through and purchase anything at all on Amazon, doesn't even have to be the stuff I link to, I receive a small commission that helps me run this channel. If you've been enjoying this video so far, do click like, do click subscribe, leave me a nice comment. This channel mostly focuses on car mods and auto detailing, so there's gonna be content that's interesting, I think, for a wide range of you. Now we can install the SuperDuper inlet, and first we need to apply a small amount of grease, and I'm using some PTFE lubricant that I have. I'm sure silicone would work. We want to install the lower bolt, as we're gonna use that to kind of capture the new SuperDuper inlet. And I applied a little grease on my 66mm adapter ring that mates up to the TTE 710. Place this thing carefully into the SuperDuper inlet, and that's what it should look like when you're done, and that lubrication really does help. I think we can squeeze this thing in here. There is a PCV line down here that we took off that you're gonna need to reconnect. It's pretty annoying. It's got very little travel range on it, and it takes quite a bit of force to pop it in. And you can't really get your hand on it. Make sure you haven't lost your rubber seal. Add more grease if you need to, if it's falling off. And then you basically slot it on top of that little bolt that we just put in and made it up. So these bolts use an Allen key or a hex, whatever you want to call it. I think they're pretty much the same thing. And now we have that fun little one down there. So you're basically gonna have to just really Austin Powers that bottom one. There's no good way to do it. Just try to get it as close as you can when you insert the pipe. Definitely don't leave a lot of thread exposed. I don't think there's a lot of torque on this, so I'm gonna stop. Let's reinsert some of this crap. Now we can insert this thing. Now we can begin to reattach our intake. With the intake installed, I want to go over my final thoughts and tell you what the installation's like, what you should watch out for, and how good the product is. The basic installation itself is not particularly challenging. I would expect most people to be able to do it. If you've done a ton of other mods and you're used to inaccessible fasteners, you will figure it out. It's not gonna throw you off. However, if you're not used to doing that kind of work, I could see it being really frustrating to get to that bottom bolt, especially on reinstallation. Another thing to watch out for is pulling that big PCV line off the inlet. Definitely flip it over by unhooking the other end first. It makes it so much easier to remove. If you try to pry it off straight, it's gonna take you like your whole body weight. It didn't seem like it would come out for me. And like I mentioned, the manual says it's not supposed to be removable, but the little flip over trick really helps. As far as install time, I'd say give yourself at least a couple of hours if you've never done the inlet on this car before or just are less experienced. If you are worried about it, definitely do it on the weekend so you're not stuck without a car if you have to run to the auto parts store or overnight something on Amazon. The inlet itself is beautiful. I think it's gonna flow very well. I have no concerns about the build quality. The fitment was spot on. Everything came out really, really good. There will be more Stage 3 content very, very soon. For now, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to click like, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and leave me a nice comment down below. I enjoy talking to all of you, and I'll see you again really soon.